What is prompt engineering? Hello everyone, welcome back folks. So this is a thing that has gained a lot of momentum ever since ChatGPT came into the horizon. What is prompt engineering? So what I did is that I asked ChatGPT 4 what prompt engineering is, and I said explain it to me in a 5-year-old's language or in a 5-year-old's way with diagram, flowcharts, whatever you want. This is what ChatGPT said. Prompt engineering is like telling a small smart robo exactly what you need to do with it, but in a way that it understands the best. So, folks, I'm not going to read all of this through because even you can search it on GPT. You want me to explain that, that's why you have paid for this course. So, let me give you an example. It's basically like, let's assume if you tell your friend, let's assume your friend's name is Sam or something. If you tell Sam, hey Sam, I saw a cat. So, the moment you say, I saw a cat, in his head, he's going to visualize an image of a bunch of cats: gingerhead cat, brown cat, white cat, red cat, black cat, whatever. So that's a very generic term. In prompt engineering, we call it a very simple, straight prompt, which is the basic of prompts. Now, if you want to give it some more details, you can say, hey Sam, you know what? On Tuesday morning at 5 p.m. or 5 a.m., I opened my window, and in front of the window, I saw a gingerhead cat. Now that itself, my friend, is a very detailed prompt because you said the date, you said the time, you said the location, you said exactly how the cat looked. Now, to add more distance, what you can do is that, Sam, I saw this cat on Tuesday at 5 a.m., opened the window, saw the cat, and the cat was actually winking at me. Now, that's another level of detail. So, the more level of details that you put in, whether you're talking to your friend or to a robo, the more better your prompt is going to be. That is exactly what prompt engineering is all about. It's basically giving the most clear and precise instructions. We are going to play a lot of AI tools, and you're going to see the more precise your words are, the better the output is going to be. Because folks, understand this thing. This Gen AI tools or whatever these dumb AI tools are really like a human being because they have been processed by of the content that was made by human beings, as I've already said, how GPTs and all these are made. So these were fed the data that were made by humans. So what is human characteristics? Human understand simplicity. The more detail you give something, the better. The better the imagination would be. Same goes for a robo or for a chatbot, whatever. So here is a chart, folks. I'm going to zoom this thing up for you because actually Dolly would just keep blinking at me if I just press the image. So here is it. So prompt engineering is that think of you. You put in simple words, you give a precise thing, you said something to a robo, and you tell it to fill it. For example, on Tuesday morning, I saw a brown cat and dash dash dash. And whatever is filled in by the robo, that's another kind of a story. So this is, folks, what prompt engineering is. The more precise you are, the more detailed you are. You do not need to give advanced thing like get me the cosmos from the nebula and from the Newton and from the Isaac Newton and the Einstein. No. You just need to be precise. I'm going to show you actually this morning in the next lecture. I put up a prompt in Leonardo AI, which we are going to talk about a lot and learn about. And the picture that is created with simple images, with simple adjectives and images and simple English language, you'll be flabbergasted, you'll be mind blown by the image that is generated with simple languages. That's it. Simplicity is the king, folks, or queen. So folks, that was it from prompt engineering. It's a science, it's an art of explaining your things in the most easiest, simplest and detailed manner possible. That was it from prompt engineering. I'll see you in the next one. Hey folks, welcome again. What is the science of prompt engineering? I've explained what prompt engineering is, how it works, why, and blah blah blah, all of that. And I've explained it in the most detailed and in the most easiest way possible, folks. Because folks, at the end of the day, my courses are for everyone. Whether you're 5, 55, 105, 505, you need to understand this right from the beginning. You should understand each and every lecture. And that's my goal, to explain you everything in the most easiest of ways possible. Folks, what is prompt engineering? And what is the science of prompt engineering? It's a really simple game, folks. It's a very simple game. By the way, this is the image that I created just this morning for one of my courses. And we're going to talk about that later, how I created and what I did. This was a very simple image, folks. I didn't use any AI tools, anything. Just put a bunch of random words together, stitch them together, put it on Leonardo that I've already showed you, and it generated this. And literally, folks, it took less than 15 seconds to generate this. Not only this, it actually generated 2 images, and I'm going to show you that. So if you're interested what the prompt was, this was the prompt. Taylor Swift, anime, beautiful and amazing looking, cute, subtle, and calming, happy, lovely, wow, and attractive. Folks, these words don't make exact sense. And you don't need to make exact sense when you're doing prompt engineering. You do not. You need to be clear and concise. AI is there to figure out the grammar. AI is there to figure out the grammatical errors and whatever. Don't be your English teacher here, folks. Your English professor is not an AI. This AI is not your English teacher. This AI is there to give you the best results after you have given the best and the most detailed queries. The more detailed you are with your query, the better. Okay? So it was a simple thing. Anime, beautiful, amazing, looking, cute, subtle, calming. These are just random words I threw in, and I said, hell, let's see what happens. And this popped up. And I like this image so much because of this. Because look at the eyes, folks. I'm removing my cursor just not to cover it. Look at the nose, lips, and all of this entire structure of this anime. It's literally really good. An editor would take 2 to 3 hours to make this thing. The AI did in 15 damn seconds. And I'm impressed, folks. Not because I made it, because I prompted some little things and AI did the magic. Next one, folks. So this is an image, folks, and let me show you how this prompt engineering and what's the science behind that. This is an image, again, generated by an AI. And this was not Leonardo AI, this was some different AI, because I play with a lot of them. So there are 5 elements in this AI that can give you, in this AI image, that can give you a beautiful image like this. Not completely exactly like this, but quite similar to that. So the first one is the most common one, is the building. It looks like the Manhattan buildings, if you can see. If you live in America, you know this. This is the building. This is the first one. Second one is, where you go. This is here we have it, the art. The art that you can see here, flowing here, there, dabbling everywhere. Third one is the cosmic art. If you can see here, the sky and all of that. Fourth one is the river. River, you see? Fourth one is the river, folks. So if you put a prompt something like generate a 12, by the way, these dimensions are 1280 by 720, image of buildings of Manhattan in an art form in the background, and the art form is such that it just enhances the entire being with the cosmic art, and there's this river, and you'll get a different image obviously, but you'll get kind of similar image like this. So this is how, folks, prompt engineering works. These are just elements. Art is an element, cosmic art is an element, building is an element, river is an element. So this is how it works, folks. Actually, it should be cosmic sky art, but I just wrote in cosmic art just for the simplicity. The next one, folks. Now it's our exam. Now it's your exam to find out what kind of elements were there present in this image of Einstein, of Albert Einstein, Dr. Einstein, that led to making of this image, folks. I didn't use any premium version AI. I just used the free version of Leonardo to generate this image, folks. Actually, let me help you with that. First one would be Dr. Einstein, but in a comic illustration, because this is not an image, this is a comic illustration one. And then this is this chair. And then look at this shoe. This is impeccable. Then because the AI knows that Einstein is a science guy, he's a scientist, he was a scientist, a really great one. So it has created this neutrons and protons and this E is equals to mc square thing and this equations and all of that. And because he knows that he was a professor and all of that, he has put a book in his hands. That is the beauty, folks. If you put little details, you stitch them together, it doesn't matter if it doesn't make a grammatical sense. It doesn't matter. AI is not here to check your grammar. If you stitch all of them together, it will happen. Now let me show you, before we end this lecture, how I made that one. So, folks, this was the Taylor Swift image that I was talking about. This is, as you know, the prompt: Taylor Swift, anime, beautiful, cute, subtle, calming, happy, lovely, wow, attractive. I put it up and it created this. These are the second images. The first one was these images. Yeah, look at this. You remember this one? Yeah, this was the one that I put it on the slide. Yeah, that was the one. So these were the images that were created first. This is how it's done. And then I removed the anime thing. Actually, anime was there, but still maybe I used some different way. So I generated these images. I actually like this one so much that I downloaded that. And then these one. It's really simple, folks. It's really simple bunch of things stitching together, putting it in the AI, and AI doing the magic. That was it from this one, folks. And I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you for being there. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome again. So folks, this time I asked ChatGPT with the prompt, hey, and it said hello. And I said, can you summarize the YouTube video for me? And it said, sure, please provide the link. So folks, now I'm going to provide a link for the YouTube video from one of my very favorite YouTubers, which is Lex Friedman. It'll be like copy link address. And it was a, by the way, podcast with Jeff Bezos. Guys, you should watch this if you have time. This is like a 2-hour podcast, but definitely it's worth every minute. It is worth every minute because Jeff Bezos is the legend of a man we all know, and you can learn a lot from him. Okay, so here I'll go put the link and I'll say, hey, summarize this thing for me. So folks, this tip is for everyone who doesn't have the time and the capacity to watch 2-hour long videos. I genuinely believe that many of my students do not have the time to do that, and let's see if we can do that. Okay, so it says there was an issue accessing the video. Can you provide the the title? Okay, no problem. So folks, what happens is that when I provide the title of the video, what ChatGPT does is that it's going to scrape the web. That basically means it's going to take a shovel and it's going to dig the entire land of the web. That basically means the internet, and it's going to find that video and it's going to extract all the good part from it, and it's going to present to me literally within a fraction of a second. So that is how quick this entire process happens. So this is my video title, Jeff Bezos on how to make decisions, Lex Friedman podcast clips. Let's see if VoxScript would be able to find it out or not. By the way, folks, this plugin is called VoxScript. Maybe it will find out, maybe not. Okay, so it did. That is fantastic, folks. In this clip, Lex Friedman Jeff Bezos approaches this thing. It was 2-way decision rule, 1-way door, blah, 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 blah. This thing happened. Folks, that is it. Like, within a fraction of a second, it can literally generate that kind of a thing. We can do it one more time, folks, with, and let's see if that was the case. Okay, so we are going to do it one more time with this video. Day in the life of Jeff Bezos, Lex Friedman podcast. We are going to do that. We are going to hit it here, and we're going to say, now this one. And it's going to again use the same technique that it used, and within a few seconds, it's going to take the entire juice from the clip or from the podcast, and it's going to present to you like these were the ideas. This is what he said. This is exactly his quote. And it's also going to quote Jeff Bezos, in this case, the speaker, and how it happened. Okay, so it appears that the subtitles for the video are disabled. So basically it takes on the subtitles, but they're disabled, so you cannot do that. Okay, no problem. We'll take one random video, folks. Maybe this one. Jeff Bezos was going to be a physicist. And let's see. The captions are on. Yeah, the captions are on, so it should work. Sometimes, folks, the AI might not respond the way you want it to. But that's fine. You just keep trying. You just keep prompting more and more and more and more and more. And then you see how this thing works at its best. Unfortunately, subtitles for the videos of physicists are also disabled and are unable to do that. Folks, I don't know whether it's lying or it's just making up something or it's a fact. But I think subtitles should be there. But okay, no problem. That is never a problem. What we can do is that just to test that this thing works well, we are going to again copy that and we're going to put it here and say, now do it with this one. And sometimes what happens is that it will just direct you to its own website, just the way we did in the previous one. Because folks, understand this thing, this VoxScript and these most of the plugins that we use, and now I just was reading that even you can have your GPT store. By the way, the GPTs we created together are going to hit the GPT store. So we have decided we are going to put that thing live and you can use it. But even the people who are not going to take this course will be able to use that. So folks, it created something, oops, but this time, this time, it's a much bigger one than the previous one. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy because last time it just gave us 2 points. Here we have it. It was 2-way door decision, 1-way door decision, that's it, bang. And this time it gave us like 4 points. Disagree and commit, resolution mechanism, seeking truth and escalation and use of disagree and commit, and the same thing. So folks, that is how you can get your videos ready, how you can get the best out of the best of the videos. Folks, understand this thing. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't, but that's fine. You just keep going, keep working at it. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome back again. So, folks, in this lecture, I'm going to talk about how to use the best of prompt engineering and ChatGPT 4 to know more about stocks, and the stock market and cryptocurrencies. So, folks, this is a cryptocurrency website. If you are so unaware of that and living under the rock for the past 1.5 decades, then probably this is cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is basically digital currency. That's the best way I can explain. This is not a crypto course, folks, so I'm going to refrain myself from doing that. So the game is this, folks. There's a big crypto market. It is worth, I don't know, $1.81 trillion, and it has gone up 6% or almost 7% in a day. Why did this happen? One simple reason. Because there's this gentleman named Gary Gensler. Where is this guy? Gary, where are you? Come on, come up. We need you. And probably this guy was one of the most hated and one of the most loved guys in the crypto community. Hated by some, liked by some, whatever. I can't find this guy. So what has happened is basically, while I'm recording this stuff, just a few hours ago, Bitcoin ETF has been approved by the SEC, the Security and Exchange Commission of the United States government, of this dude's under this dude's presidency. And what has happened is that this is what has happened. This is a crypto coin called ADA. It is called Cardano. It has gone up 20% just in a day. This is Mana. This is Solana. This is Sand, Dogecoin. Probably you've heard of that meme dog. This has gone up 11-12% just in a day, just because of this news. And this news was for Bitcoin, actually. Folks, please do not skip this lecture. This is not a cryptocurrency class. The reason why I'm saying this, how can you use GPT for crypto research if you are interested in that? I own, folks, cryptocurrencies, and I'll never disclose what type of cryptos I own because I don't like that kind of a publicity, and due to some reasons as well. So this is Bitcoin. This was, when I checked in yesterday, it was at 46 something, almost at 46 dangling, and now it's at 48. Obviously, it has gone up 3% because of the good news. This is Ethereum. It has gone up almost by probably 12%, 15% in intraday. So this is the market, folks. Now let's assume you want to put some money in maybe a token named as Avalanche. Folks, I am not sponsored by any of them. I'm just giving you a very simple example. What you do is that you copy this name, okay? You copy this here. Forget about everything. Go to our dear ChatGPT 4. So folks, this would work best with ChatGPT 4 because it has got the live news. If you don't have it, you'll have a lecture probably in the beginning of this course where I'll teach, where I probably have taught you how to make your ChatGPT 3.5 as capable with ChatGPT 4 with the live news system at least. So you pasted this thing here and you say, do a research on this crypto, assuming you are the Warren Buffett and Cathie Wood combo of crypto world. Tell me everything I need to know. Tell me everything I need to know about it in a tabular form. So folks, Warren Buffett is a great investor. You all know Cathie Wood is also an investor. She obviously is not the female version of Warren Buffett. She's more like a growth investor who believes in stocks that rise in very fast, like Tesla and Coinbase and all of that. So folks, this is a little pro tip. If you ever use ChatGPT 3.5 or 4, whatever, just say this, just copy these words. Assume you are someone. If you say assume you are Shakespeare, or assume you are Salvatore Dali, or assume you are Warren Buffett, Cathie Wood, what happens is that ChatGPT will then talk to you just like Warren Buffett and Cathie Wood would talk to you in person if you ever meet them. This is not 100% true, but probably 90 to 95% true. So you can use that as well. So from a quick search, here's what I discovered. Based on latest information, AVAX was has several key developments, and predictions for 2024 are worth noting. So it is also predicting stuff. Technical upgrades are happening, market position, price volatility, price prediction. Okay, so it has also put a price prediction. When we saw AVAX was $41. Okay, now it is trading at, okay, so the predictions are By 2030, the potential high of Avalanche might be $263 with a potential low of $183. So that is probably like 6 to 8 times in 7 years or something, whatever. Folks, this is not financial advice. This is what I'm saying. You can actually put in the name of a crypto or stock even, and you can get most out of from this thing. Actually, what you can do is that load a chart of its movement in the past few years now. So I have prompted it to load a chart to see its movement. If it does, fine. If it doesn't, we'll be happy with that. But probably ChatGPT is listening to us and it is loading a chart for us. So folks, it didn't load the chart as well. And it said just you can go to CoinMarketCap or for anything like that. But what we are going to do is that now we are going to move to stocks because we're done with cryptos here. Now we're going to move to stocks. And my first question will be, give me some stocks in mid cap and small cap in energy sector from NSE and NYSE. So folks, as I said, give me some stocks in mid cap and small cap in energy sector like oil and natural resources and whatever. In NSE, the NSE is National Stock Exchange, it's from India, and NYSE is New York Stock Exchange, it's from America. So these are two of the very big markets, a combined market of like 45-50 trillion almost in the stock market consolidated. So folks, here's this thing. For small cap energy stocks, 3 companies to consider: NGL, which is, what is that? Energy Partners Limited something, Cross America Partners, and 9 Energy Services, something like that. And then it says, unfortunately, I couldn't specify mid-cap on NSE, but the ones mentioned are from NYSE and could be interesting options to explore. So what you do is that you just copy this thing up here and you'll be like, do a fundamental valuation and technicals on it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Do all the research. Do all the research like a pro investor would do. So I said, don't be shy. Just do all the research what is needed, folks. So you've got the ticker, which is like the 3-letter or 4-letter short form for the stock. And you put it on ChatGPT and it'll give you everything: earnings report, financial health, how much debt is there, what's the balance sheet, cash flow statement, discounted cash flow, valuation, technicals, fundamentals, everything you can think of. But folks, one little thing would be that this would only work if you're using ChatGPT 4. If you're using ChatGPT 3.5, probably it might not work because it doesn't have the live news. So as you know, every quarter the earnings comes up and the earnings calls and all of that. Things change, debt structure change, debt to equity ratio, price to earnings ratio. All of these technical terms change. Now, just because I'm saying all of that, you probably know that I've taught some finance in my lectures. Actually, I have, but that's for some other day. So folks, this is the entire research you got. Now, the more you prompt in, the more you say, okay, let's assume you say, hey, you know what? What is this? Explain more of this to me. You're like, explain more of this to me. And you're like, explain more of this to me, and then it'll go in that detail. And then you put some point and some other point. So this things, folks, just keep going on and on. It's like a cyclical thing. If you've got ChatGPT 4, you can use it for your investments. Do not blindly trust it because it can be dumb sometimes, because we all need to understand it has been trained on data that has been made by dumb human beings. So it can be dumb, no problem. Sometimes you need to just take its advice and do your little research. Now, folks, the research that ChatGPT did for me, this would literally take 5 hours for me to do, or maybe 7 hours for a new investor like you. The majority of you are new investor, at least in stocks. Maybe forget about cryptocurrencies. So that would take you somewhat like 10-15 hours, maybe 2-3 days. So that's crazy. Now, this is something called double top and bottom. So folks, double top and bottom is a technical analysis term. You should not know that because probably you're not interested in that. So folks, this is how you can do your best research with ChatGPT. You can do it with crypto markets. You can do it with Bitcoin ETF because now Bitcoin is out. And you can do it with some of the biggest stocks on planet Earth. You can say, hey, is Facebook overrated, or is Facebook overvalued, undervalued, whatever? Is Microsoft overvalued, undervalued? Is OpenAI a good company, bad company, whatever? Whatever you type in, if it's ethical and legal, ChatGPT, with your prompt engineering skills that you've learned from this course, will give you the best of results, folks. That was it from this one. Thank you very, very much. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.